Morning, it's Patsy. So my house is quiet, Casper, apart from Casper. So I thought while I've got the chance and the house is pretty much quiet, it was quiet as this mad house gets, I would pop on and do a video. Now for the last few weeks I've been doing a bit of sorting out with my tarot decks. Oh, I'm telling myself I'm sorting them out, but I don't think I'm actually sorting them out. I'm just kind of moving them from one place to another. But it got me thinking about the style of tarot that I enjoy working with. And, excuse me, I've had this virus or something for the last couple of weeks. It's definitely been a bit of a dry tickly cough. But yeah, it's been kind of making me think about the sort of style that my decks are and, you know, what I'm tended to be drawn to. There's a few what's sort of not what you would think that I love, but there's also some that I thought I'd love, and now I've got them in my collection. I don't know what it is about them, but when I pull a few cards, I'm just like, what are you trying to tell me? My mind just goes blank, or I don't know what it is with them. You would think by the style of them and that they're my sort of tarot. There's a couple here, the first couple what I'll show you what a different system, so that kind of explains pretty much to me why I'm not so thingy with those ones. But the other ones are just traditional tarot decks, just a different take on the RWS. But I can just lay them out and I'm like, well, that doesn't answer me, or, you know. So I thought I'd do a video on these decks. There's probably a few more, but these are the ones that stand out to me most because these are the ones that I loved. So the first one is the Witchard Wisdom tarot by Phyllis Currett, artwork by Daniel Barlow. This one, I love the artwork in this one. I keep mine in this little bag inside, so it's a bit, I do love the artwork on this. Now I do find that I don't particularly like big cards. I don't like big cards, I don't like chunky cards. And this is both. The card stock is not too bad when you get singular, but it's quite a hefty, chunky, and it's a bit for my hands. But I think the biggest problem for this, as much as I love the artwork, the system is completely different. The majors is sort of like different. And people say, oh, well, when you stick to it, it does make sense. But I can just lay these out and my mind just goes blank. My mind just goes blank. I have no idea what it's trying to tell me. And that's probably a me problem. Who knows? But yeah, it just kind of throws me. I think at the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, but that's not, that doesn't be read like that. That's you have to read that different. So it kind of gets in my head and I can't get past that. But this one I tend to just use as either an oracle with one card to 3 cards when I use it. But to be honest, I don't pull it out that often, and it's such a shame because I do love the artwork. But the size of it is a bit chunky for me, and that hurt my hands then holding it because it is quite a chunky deck. So that's the first one. You making yourself known, Casper? So the second one is a favourite of mine. I do love this tarot, but I don't really class it as a tarot. Its system is completely different. It's the Dream of Gaia. Now, this deck, I have it in the small one as well, because I do like it. So I have got the smaller version. It's the back. Most people would have seen this. I love a lot of the images in this. But again, because that system is so different to the traditional tarot, when I get more, excuse me, more than 3 cards out, my mind just goes blank. I have to get the book. So again, this is one that I only ever pull like an oracle, 1 to 3 cards. And then I use the book and then I dive deep with this. So like I said, this is a gorgeous deck, but if I lay more than a few cards out at a time, my mind just goes blank. What's that? What are you telling me? And then there's just too much reading for me to kind of get into it. So again, that's one. I know I love it, but I couldn't understand why. That is one what makes me go, when I get it out. Now the other ones are all traditional style tarots. The biggest surprise to me, well, one of the biggest surprises to me, was this one, the Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham and Natasha Ilinchik. I don't know how you pronounce that, and I should. I had this on pre-order. I was so excited for this to come out. And I know this is loved by loads in the community, and it's not because it's a Llewellyn, because I love Llewellyn cardstock. I know some people don't like the thinness of Llewellyn, but it doesn't bother me. It shuffles really well. It's great for my hands because my hands are little, you know what I mean? So I can hold it so comfortable in my hand. I was so excited about this deck. I had it on pre-order, like I say, and I was counting down the days till it was released, the months actually, till it was released. And when it came in the post, I thought this is going to be that one that's going to make all my other decks just sort of fade into insignificance, if you like. And this was going to become my top deck and all that lot, because I had really high hopes for this. And it didn't work out that way. And I don't know why. Now, this just doesn't answer any questions I ask it, or not in a way that makes sense to me. And again, that's probably a me problem, because other people seem to love this. I don't know. And I have no reason to not know why I cannot connect to this. But I can ask a question and I can lay out some cards. And where is most of the tarots that I have and I love, it's just like bang, 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 there's your answer, you know, and then I can just kind of read it straight off, don't even have to think about it. But this one, for some reason, I can ask a question, I can lay cards, and then I'm just sat there looking at them going, so what are you telling me? How does that answer? There's just no connection there, and I don't know why, and it's a shame. I keep trying, I keep dragging it out and trying it, but no, I get nowhere with that one. And like I said, I really don't know why. It's a mystery, as they say. So the next one, again, is the same thing. I did touch upon this on my last video, so I won't go into too much. It's The Witch's Sister. I absolutely adore the work of Julie Jeffrey. Julie Jeffrey's work, to me, is brilliant. Love Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Had this on pre-order. Was so excited about this, and I absolutely love it. I'm never going to get rid of this deck. I mean, like the others, I'm never going to get rid of it. Well, I might, but not this one. I don't know. The people said that last time I mentioned it, maybe because the energy is darker, and yeah, that is probably, it is a lot darker than Tarot of the Hidden Realms. But dark energy doesn't usually bother me. I've got decks that are quite dark energy, and it doesn't bother me. But there's just, again, I can lay out a spread with these, and I'm just looking. It's not that it doesn't answer me, but I have to go to the book to sort of check on myself to make sure I'm reading it right, which I never do. And I don't know what it is about this deck that makes me question myself, I suppose. So I don't know. Like I said, when I go to the book, it sort of blows my mind, some of the readings. But if I do sort of like 1 to 3 cards, I still have to go to the book. If I lay out sort of like my 9-card box and look at it, my mind just goes blank. And I'm so disappointed, because I so love this deck, and I won't be giving up on this one, because I am determined to get to grips with it. I don't know what is blocking me at the moment, but I will get past it. I am insistent. So that's The Witch's Sister. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is, I think I know the issue with this one. I've had this deck since it's come out. I love the backs of this deck. It's the Pastoral Tarot, is the backs. And this is Lynn Arrowdew, I can't pronounce that, and illustrated by Lisa Hunt. And I love Lisa Hunt's artwork, so I got this, and I think the problem with this is because it is that way. I think that is my main concern, or my main issue with this deck. I mean, it's a gorgeous deck, it's gorgeous artwork, it's Lisa Hunt's artwork, so it's stunning, but I can't get past it being lengthways. I don't know. I can, even if I lay 3, it feels like there's just too much. It's just too much. If it was that way, which is strange, isn't it? You wouldn't think that it makes a difference the way the cards are facing, but it does. 1 card I'm fine with, no, yeah, that's fine. 3 cards, no, it's just too much. And if I tried to do a big spread, no, it just don't work for me. And it's a shame because these images are gorgeous and it's a gorgeous tarot. But I shan't give up. Again, that's another one that I'm not going to give up on. I'll keep getting it out and I'll keep trying it, but I do think I've got to get past that perspective of it being, rather than upright, that, it goes the lengthways. So that's something I'm going to get over. So that one is actually sitting on my dresser because I keep trying to pull that out and try to work with it, as is my Witch's Sister. That's on there. The others are in the hallway. Now this next one, I hate these boxes. And this is Twilight Tarot, A Fairy by Beth Wilder. I got this, I think last year, I got this one. Again, it's one of those bigger cards and it's glossy cardstock. It's a shiffer, I thought it was. It is a shiffer. And this is another one I thought I'd love because it's a fae. I love fairy decks. And I hadn't really seen this around much, and then I spotted it and I thought, oh, that looks quite nice, that's interesting. And I got it, but again, with this one, I don't know if it's because I've not really spent an awful lot of time. In some of the depictions, like this one, the nine of cups, it's not got the cups there, but it, you can still see it's the 9 of cups. It's, they remind me of them dandelions, what you blow, to make the wish. So there is things, Princess of Cups, there is kind of nods to what it's a bit gruesome, isn't it, 10 of Swords. There is a nod to the card you're looking at, but when I lay more than a few out again at a time, my mind just goes blank, and I don't know why. That's it. I think it might be that because I think I've only ever pulled this out about 2 or 3 times max in a year I've had it. I think I just need to get it out more and use it more. But no, at the minute when I've tried laying cards out, I just look at it and go, meh. Okay, what you're trying to say to me? No idea. Put it all away and forget about it again for a while. So it's probably my fault with this one. I probably just need to work with it. But yeah, at the minute, that's just another one that just makes me go, when I get it out and try to pull from it. So that is the Tarot of the Fairy. I really don't know why they put them in these long boxes. They're so difficult to store. So then we've got 2 more. Now, this one is again one that really shocked me that I didn't connect to it, because this is one that I'd seen as an indie and I loved it, and I'm glad I didn't go ahead and buy it indie. But then I heard it was coming out by Mass Market, so I was so excited, pre-ordered it. I've seen Noctua, the Unfolding Path Tarot by Hay House, and I was so excited this was coming out. And again, I had this on pre-order, was excited to get it, and I don't know what it is about this deck because the images are gorgeous. Now I must say, I also have a difficult relationship, though I'm not so bad with that one, but the oh, I can never remember its name. No, the one that people always compared to this one. Lightseers. Lightseers, was it that one? Yeah, I think so. I've got a difficult relationship with that. For other people it reads great, for myself it doesn't. Very strange. This one, I just lay cards down and ask a question, and again very similar to the Witch's Garden, that one, very similar to that one. I can ask a question, lay some cards down, and it doesn't seem to have any bearing on what the question was I asked. And I'm kind of just looking at it and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? So again, it might be that this is going to be like Lightseers. It's just going to read really well for other people. But for myself, it's just not going to do it. And at the minute, I'm only really reading for myself. So I'm not really tested it out on other people. But it ain't going nowhere because I love this. I love this deck. And the images and everything on it are so lovely. And the artwork, you know, it's stunning. And I will keep, it's sitting on my dresser so I can keep pulling it out and keep trying with it. But I don't know what it is. I just feel this disconnection to it when I'm reading for myself. Again, it's possible that I'm just not spending enough time with it. It's maybe just me not, you know, not connecting properly to it, so it's not going nowhere. But at the minute, it's one of them decks, when I pull it out, I'm just like, what are you trying to tell me? So the next one, and the last one, is this one, Tower of the Enchanted Garden. Again, one that as soon as I saw it was available, I ordered it, fell in love with it online, got it in my hand. There's the backs. It's Los Gaia, and I love Los Gaia cardstock. I got it in my hand and I was like, oh yeah, this is gorgeous. Loved the images. It was so fae, so, you know, fae inspired. As soon as I could pick this up, I could see the fae in this artwork and what have you. But as soon as I lay more than 3 cards with this deck, everything just jumbles for me. Everything just seems to combine into each other, sort of thing. I don't get a clear enough picture between each individual card. So I don't know what that is about. I don't know if it's because the artwork is pretty much all the same sort of colour palette all the way through. Not much of a distinction in the colour palette. And it's such a busy image anyway. That each one needs to be kind of really looked at to get takes from the image. But when you've got, you know, more than 3 on the table, my brain goes overdrive and trying to take all in at once, and I just end up going, okay, and picking it all up and putting it away. Again, this might be my fault, and it might be that this deck will need to be used as a clarifier for a start. That might be how I'll use it, because very often I'll use a couple of decks when I'm doing readings, one, you know, to start with, and then to clarify the cards I will pull another deck out. And this might work as a clarifier deck because it's not working by itself, then it's working in conjunction with the other card as well as what's around it. So it might work as that, so I might try that. But at the minute, this just totally blows my brain into pieces. My mind just goes, what? Okay, so there we go. So that is the decks that make me go, and ones that I find difficult to connect with for whatever reasons, the reasons I've basically said. I'm sure there's a few more there, but these are the ones what stand out in my mind, because these were the ones that I've been was really excited about getting, was really sort of like looking forward to them coming in. And then when they did, they just made me feel, oh, okay. So yeah, I suppose we've all got decks like that, and if you have, I'd love to hear what your decks are. None of them are going anywhere because I'm determined to keep pushing forward, but especially the Witch's sister, that is definitely going nowhere. And nor is the Unfolding Path, and this one. I might pass on with the Pastoral Tarot, and I might pass on the Witch's Garden because I'm really struggling to, and I've had them a fair while now and I keep pulling them out and I'm really struggling to connect to them. It's just strange. It just makes me wonder why you can connect so well to some decks and then as soon as you pick them up and then other decks a year on, 2 years on, you're still like, can't connect with this, what on earth's going on? But yeah, so thanks for listening to my waffle, and I'm glad that he's shut up, he's gone to sleep now, so I'm glad that he decided to give me a bit of a break and go to sleep so I could do this in a bit of peace. But I will be back soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.